musical tribute to David Bowie. We just learned of his passing tonight, and we are dancing with you, David, and your music will play on and live on. My condolences go to your family and all of us who love you. Continue to dance on. This is Lisa Gar. You're listening to Coast AM. We will be right back.
In a world not so different from our own, the city is occupied by an alien force.
Our hosts are tired of the insurgency.
They want me to collaborate. But one family,
You're putting a target on your back. You gotta get out.
is not quite ready to give in. Bravo presents a groundbreaking new series from the executive producer of Lost.
They're not who they appear to be.
Prepare yourselves. The war is about to begin.
Colony series premiere Thursday at 10 on Bravo.
Good morning, Traveling with Mike and Lisa. Your show, your life.
On the next show, are you sticking to your New Year's resolution? Listen in at 6:50 for tips and tricks that will help you succeed.
At 7:20, we'll speak with the auto editor of Consumer Reports magazine about the North American International Auto Show and what we can expect to see.
Then at 8:20, AM 800's Peter Langell will join us live from the auto show with details on the latest announcements, including the new Chrysler minivan.
Morning Drive, weekday mornings 5 to 9 on AM 800.
From the AM 800 Weather Center, here's the latest forecast. A mix of sun and cloud today with a 40% chance of flurries. Winds gusting to 50 kilometers an hour with the afternoon high only reaching -8. Then flurries at night with a low of -6. Tuesday, periods of snow, high winds and a daytime high of -6. Wednesday, cloudy with a 30% chance of flurries and a high of -6 again. And for Thursday, we'll see cloudy skies with a 40% chance of flurries and a daytime high of -3.
AM 800 is your source for local news first.
And 93.9 The River is your source for real rock variety.
Great songs you grew up with.
Along with today's exciting new artists.
Dive in and check it out now at 93.9 The River.
Welcome back to Coast AM. This is Lisa Gar, and my guest is Susan Miller. And we're looking at the year ahead in 2016. We've been taking your phone calls and talking about individual star signs. And Susan, I wanted to ask you about any major events that you see coming up in 2016. Anything that you can see astrologically that comes?
Well, there is a lovely rare aspect between Jupiter and Pluto. The first one happens on March 16th. The second one happens on June 26th. And this is a lovely signature of success, particularly financially. And but of course, you always have to talk to your broker or your financial advisor. But if you sign a contract on this day, you should do very, very well. The project should grow large, and you should be happy with it. Or if you're selling a house, you have people looking at it or renting from you. These are lucky days for money, and they're rare. They're rare.
You had a luckiest day of the year last year.
Oh, yeah. I'm so glad you reminded me. Every year we have the luckiest day of the year when the sun meets with Jupiter, like two distinguished gentlemen. They look in their restaurant guide and pick a place to have dinner. And this year they're having dinner together in Libra. I'm so happy. It's on September 25th, and in some time zone it's the 26th because at the time of day when one day falls into another day.
Okay.
But let's say both days are going to be great this year. So if you're a Libra and if your birthday falls anywhere near the 25th, 26th, oh, you've just won the cosmic jackpot. But you know, many of us have planets in early degrees, Libra, Aries, Gemini. There's just so many people that are going to benefit from this. You don't have to be born in the last week of September. It's just a happy, happy time. And I hope you'll plan something special. Do something where you need an element of luck. Make a presentation. Have a big job interview.
We did that last year. We started a new website on the 15th. It was September 15th. We started Len.life, Leanne.life.
What a good time that was. It was August. It was August 26th, as I remember. Last year in Virgo. And, but, there's the good aspects keep coming toward us. So it's so nice.
It's a good
Look forward to.
All right, well, that's good to know. Okay, so let's go to a few more callers here, and then we'll ask some more universal questions as well. Let's go to Deb in Tampa, Florida. Deb.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, what is your question for Susan?
Well, career, or just employment. I've been for a while, and 156.
Oh, you just said a birthday.
Oh my goodness. It was just a few days ago. You're a Capricorn. Do you work in one of two fields? Do you work with money and budgets, or do you work with things that are old and historical and of value from the past? What do you do? Wow, are you a nurse?
No,
Some of the other planets do, but not Jupiter. He just wants to make you happy. I think you're highly skilled, and the more highly skilled you are, the more money you will make, and the more you will be unemployed and not, go on and off the payroll. So, do you feel that the city you live in is too small to support your specialty?
I'm really considering just kind of going into something else. I did it for over 20 years.
Okay.
Kind of interested in maybe even something work from home, but kind of on the computer.
You can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you live in a big city or a smaller city?
Tampa. Pretty big.
Oh, Tampa, that's big. Big. You could even help small businesses, I bet. With small businesses need help.
Capricorns are good self-starters too, right?
Yeah. Capricorn is the sign of leadership. They usually do better not working by themselves, like Aries would like to do, or Pisces. They prefer to work in an organization with a hierarchy, because the little goat is always walking up the path to the top of the mountain, and they pass other little animals on the way who just can't make the climb, but their sturdy little legs allow them to walk on the tiniest little narrowest path where the other little animals would be terrified to do. It still tells me that you'd have to get some kind of license or something. Were you thinking of real estate or something like that?
No. I don't know. Not real estate.
You should. Well, first of all, I want to ask you something. Did you move more than once in the past 3 years?
I'm a busy goat. Yes,
You've all been moving, every one of them, and all of us listening want to send you a kiss, because moving is the hardest thing in the world.
That's interesting. I moved too, and I'm a Capricorn.
Yes. You're all moving, and more than once usually. Sometimes to take advantage of job opportunities. Sometimes it was just a situation that landlord sold the building, whatever. They had to move. But they're all moving around, those little Capricorns. And you know what's interesting? They all are so calm about it. They never complain.
So it's not a calming experience.
They admire the Capricorns. But, what you're best at, and go for that. I always say with New York, there's 9 million people, and all of them want your job.
Yeah.
Very best at what you everybody. They're a little frustrated that their investments are making such small gains. But really, nobody's in dire straits. Okay. We have had some really severe aspects dating back to 2008. But it involved Pluto and Uranus. But just recently this year, they stopped their quarrel. The problem is they're not far enough apart from each other to feel enough relief. I like a planet to be at least 10 degrees from the one he's been quarreling with, and they're not yet. But every day, they get more and more, apart, and life gets better and better. And that's why you see the economy picking up. And if you're in a depressed area of the country, I do think you should move, because you have to face the reality this year of just where do I have the best opportunity, and go there.
Do you feel in the past there have been particular astrological events that have contributed to our planet changing, climate change?
Well, actually, those are good things, because that's all Aquarian, and to help the planet, and to worry about global warming, and to take care of it, not just worry about it. Uranus rules all these areas, and it is Aquarius, the ruling planet. So you find a lot of Aquarius in areas like sustainability and climate control and so forth. And Uranus, their ruler, is in Aries, the sign of the entrepreneur. So I think one of the new industries, whether you have the solar panels or the windmills or anything having to do with improving the planet, is going to grow bigger in years to come. So if you can get expertise in that, it sounds like you're going to have job security.
Interesting. All right. So it just basically because of job sectors, though, not because of astrology.
Every once in a while, the government prints a list of jobs that everybody's going to need, and because of the aging population, they say health professionals, that will come to your house and take care of an elderly person. We hired Annie to help little mom as she got older. She shouldn't have to go grocery shopping in her 90s. My mother finally died at 93. And wow. It's a terrible loss to me. I miss her so much.
Yeah.
But we did the right thing. And if you're in a field where you want to switch, wow, that's going to be a booming area, because not everybody wants to live in assisted living. Most people want to live home. Right. Yeah. And the family chips in and makes it possible for that healthcare, companion. You don't have to be an RN. There is a license you can get where you can take blood pressure and, certain little tests with a doctor. Interesting. We had Annie for 6 years. She lived with my mom in a separate guest room.
You've got all sorts of tips for us.
The more you know.
Let's get back to David, our wildcard line David in San Diego. David, you have a question for Susan Miller.
Yes, I have a natal chart before me, but I just wanted to explain something. You're the guest next night on Glennis McCants had somebody on her show. I think I talked to him, and he's sort of like a seer.
Oh.
And I told him that I was born on the 24th of December, and obviously I'm born in the cusp. And he said, you know what? When the impression that I'm getting talking to you, listening to your voice, you might want to put an emphasis on the Sagittarius part of your life as opposed to the Capricorn part of your life.
But you're not really cuspy, because the equinox is on the 21st, the shortest day of the year. You're pretty far from it. You're a true Capricorn. But I'm so glad you raised the question about cusp, because all my friends who are cusp babies, and my own daughter, April 19th, they're always worried that they're nobody's baby. But you partake of both sides. For example, you do have some of the qualities. Yeah, the philosophy and the love of travel that Sagittarius have, the ability to write beautifully and to create stories
Sagittarius greatest quality.
Yeah. That's funny. Well, you know, you're right.
Live in the moment.
Usually dictated by your career is usually dictated by your rising sign. What's your rising?
I don't know, David, you know your rising sign?
No, I have to chart in front of me, but I
It's where the 9 would be on the clock. You know, over to the left. You know, the circle. Right dead center there where the 9 would be.
I'm not quite sure what chart he's looking at, but it's good to know that.
Always find out if someone does your chart, memorize your rising sign and look at your social security number. It's so important. Yeah, and then you must read for it for the rest of your life. It will never change.
Put it as a contact on your phone, rising sign.
Yes.
All right, thank you for your call, David. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
So in terms of major astrological events coming up, we've got eclipses coming up in March and September.
Yes,
You said we've got...
most of the changes in your life taking place in March and September. We have, these are the 4 eclipses: March 8th, March 23rd, September 1st, and September 16th. And you know what I like about the Pisces Virgo eclipses? 90% of them are new moons. New moons don't give you too much trouble at all.
Oh,
they bring opportunity, and they open a big, heavy, creaky door that never opened before.
Well,
and they're wonderful. There is one full moon in Virgo on the 16th, but it's not a difficult one. These are fairly nice eclipses, so I feel that Pisces and Virgo particularly are going to be pushed forward. If your birthday falls on the 1st, the 8th, anywhere near there, either in March or September, you're going to feel those eclipses, plus or minus 4 days. So they say, well, like that other lady was born February 25th, I believe. My own daughter is 26, the other child.
Mm-hmm.
And on February 26, 2017, we're going to have an eclipse. So those early-born Pisces will feel it, and the early-born, the ones who have the luckiest day of the year, born September 25th, they'll feel it too, but again, it's a happy eclipse.
Well, if people want to know their individual days and so forth, you do that on your website. You have calendars that are...
Well, I do, and I say it's so important to have your chart done. And you know, the cost of an astrologer can be expensive for people, because it can cost $250, $300. And so I made a book that I write through the magic of print-on-demand technology. I write a book for every single person who writes to me. And if you have a pencil, write it down. mypersonalhoroscope.com. And you go there, you put in all your information, your day, month, year, time of birth, and your city of birth. If you don't know the time, try to see if your mom has a baby book and she wrote it down, or call the municipality in your city. It could be the Polish record.
You really do that? You do your individual personal book?
And I have one for little babies too. What a nice thing. I charge $55 for shipping for this book, and they can charge tax. But it's so good. You only have to do your chart once, and don't use astrobabble to use anything I write. If you look at my website, you'll get a chance to see my writing. I write clearly, and I write for Elle magazine too. A lot of you are Elle girls, and I write internationally for both the Pension and Inspiration and Military Gosh. Go China. If you're on the iPhone, just put in Susan Miller. Down comes a free app. And if you're on the Android, same thing, or Samsung Galaxy. But try the premium version for $5 for 1 month. If you like it. Most people do. 87% say they love hearing more about themselves.
Busy bee. My goodness, you just keep creating.
I have to write every single day, at least for a portion. And when I travel, I have to block out days where I just stay in the hotel and write.
I understand. You do write all of your own material, which is amazing that you have that discipline and that time. Well, thank you. Yes, true. Thank you so much, Susan. You are
I have so much fun.
Fountain
If we had more time, I'd love to hear more of the readers' questions and the listeners' questions. But maybe we'll do this again.
Yes.
It's such an honor to have you. And by the way, listeners, Lisa Gar's book is such an inspiration. She talks about an illness that she overcame It is a page turner. You can't put it down. You'll be up all night reading it.
Thanks, Susan. Thanks so much. All right. Well, thank you so much. You're just a pleasure, and it's great to talk with you again, and look forward to talking to you again. We will be back. This is Lisa Garr. You're listening to Coast to Coast.
Is on the air and online. Stay connected with AM800CKLW.com. News and sports headlines, traffic cameras, online contests, breaking news alerts, the AM800 transmitter, even our latest Facebook status updates and tweets. Plus, you can stream and listen to all your favorite shows live, or just click on the media tab and download shows like Lynn Martin and the afternoon news to listen to later. It's everything you love about AM800 online. AM800CKLW.com.
No matter where you are in life, Gus Revenberg Kia has a vehicle for you. Starting a family? The Kia Sedona is right there with you. Or maybe it's the Sorrento or Sportage. All have room to grow. Prefer sporty? The Kia Rio, Soul, or Forte are a perfect fit. Want style? Step into the Kia Optima or Cadenza. Sleek, stylish, all in one. Visit Gus Revenberg Kia. They have your lifestyle covered. A member of the Revenberg Automotive family. Tecumseh Road East at Forest Glade Drive.
Your bathroom plumbing springs a leak, causing a new dimension of chaos. Water floods your bathroom, leaking into your walls and floor, damaging your condo and the ceiling of the condo below you. This is not sci-fi. This is real life. And you need a real solution. Alpine Construction has been restoring peace of mind since 1991. The reputation of integrity and quality workmanship is unmatched. Remember, it's your home, and it's your decision who repairs it. Don't be stuck in the twilight zone. Let the professionals at Alpine Construction restore your peace of mind. Call 519-737-0500. It may feel like a winter wonderland outside your window, but it's winter's wonderland all month at the Breakaway Paradise Gaming Center. Celebrates their annual classic halls of Windsor and Tecumseh. Starting 2016, they decided to play release cold cash with favorite shots for today's session times, silver jackpot numbers, and a jewel of jackpots. Go to ParadiseGamingCenter.com, BreakawayGamingCenter.com, and WeBingo.com. It's the time of year where winning warms up everyone's bank account. Know your limit, play within it.
Listen local, talk local, be local. This is AM800CKLW. Local news first. A division of Bell Media in Windsor, Essex. It's 3 o'clock.
From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo. Iconic singer David Bowie has died.
Ground control to Major Tom.
The innovative singer, whose illustrious career lasted nearly 5 decades, died after a battle with cancer. He had turned 69 years old on Friday. The same day, he released a new album called Black Star. Bowie's breakthrough came with 1972's The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. His hits include Space Oddity, Let's Dance, Under Pressure, Rebel Rebel, Life on Mars, and Suffragette City. Representative Steve Martin said early Monday that Bowie died peacefully and was surrounded by family. The statement read, "While many of you will share in this loss, we ask that you respect the family's privacy during their time of grief." David Bowie, dead at the age of 69. Chinese and other Asian markets were down in Monday trading as Wall Street's sharp decline on Friday and doubts about China's economic management are putting appetite for riskier assets such as stocks and tech. China's Shanghai index tumbled 5.3% at the close Monday. Trading was suspended on China's stock market twice last week after the index plunged 7%, which sent out global shockwaves and pushed down oil prices. The Supreme Court of Canada will hold an oral hearing today as it decides whether to grant the federal government's request for a 6-month extension in response to its historic ruling on doctor-assisted suicide. Canadian press reporter Terry Pedwell says the federal government argues a comprehensive response to the top court's judgment requires extensive work that cannot reasonably be completed by February.
As it stands now, Canada's criminal code provisions prohibiting doctor-assisted death will cease to exist next month after they were deemed unconstitutional by the High Court last winter. In its ruling, the court suspended its decision for 1 year to allow governments to respond, but the federal government says it needs more time. The BC Civil Liberties Association and others, though, argue an extension would be a setback for Canadians enduring unbearable pain.
Canada's defense minister says he is heartened to see how communities have rallied around newly arrived Syrian refugees in Vancouver since the pepper spray attack when about 15 of them had had a welcome event this past Friday night. Harjit Sajjan described the attack as an isolated incident and added the Syrians he met with the next day were resilient and happy to be in Canada. Vancouver police are investigating this as a hate crime. They are still looking for a suspect. The Revenant is the winner of the Best Drama Film at the 73rd Annual Golden Globe Awards, and its star, Leo DiCaprio, won the Best Film Drama Actor Award for his starring role in it, while its maker, Alejandro Inarritu, won Best Director. The film was shot in Alberta. Here's DiCaprio accepting his Golden Globe on behalf of Native Americans and the environment.
It is time that we recognize your history and that we protect your indigenous lands from corporate interests and people that are out there to exploit them. It is time that we heard your voice and protected this planet for future generations.
The Globe split its top film honors into two categories and named The Martian the top film comedy movie. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the Green Bay Packers have advanced to the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. Aaron Rodgers threw 2 touchdown strikes to lead the Packers to a 35-18 victory over the Redskins in Washington. Green Bay will play Arizona next week. The Seattle Seahawks are one step closer to returning to the Super Bowl. Vikings kicker Blair Walsh missed a 27-yard field goal attempt with 26 seconds left, and Seattle edged Minnesota 10-9 in their NFC wildcard game to move on. The Seahawks will play Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers next week. Jonathan Huberdeau's first period goal stood up as the winner as the Florida Panthers extended their franchise record winning streak to 12 games with a 2-1 victory over the Edmonton Oilers.